What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new video on the YouTube channel. Now, if you guys are new to the channel and you enjoy the content, of course, subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Like the video as well. Let's try to get as many likes as possible, I guess. I don't know. I never really ask for likes, but if you guys enjoy the video, obviously feel free to do that. But yeah, anyway, let's get back to the video. Welcome to some Forza Horizon 4 and welcome to a completely brand new car. It's not actually brand new. It was released in a game before, but it's available as the festival season, or for the spring season, if you complete it 80%. But as you can see, I already have it, so it's not technically new. But it's a brand new Rover SD1 added into the game recently. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and transform this thing into a drift car. We're gonna make it go from this. Wait, we're gonna make it go from this to this. And obviously, we're gonna have a long way to go because this thing is very, very, very slow. It does have a V8 though. It has a V8. It's struggling. It's very much struggling here to do anything. To be honest, it's really bad. It's got awful tires, so this is probably the only reason why this thing can slide. Oh, okay, not slide. Slide's not the word. This thing's the only reason why it's able to spin one of its rear wheels a little bit more than the other. Is that better? I think that's a better description of what it's doing right now. Regardless, oh my god. Regardless, this thing has to be modified to be able to drift properly, and that's what I'm gonna do in today's video. I'm gonna make this thing into an absolute drifting monster, into a machine, into a I don't know. I have no idea what I'm saying, to be completely honest. My brain's a bit fried. Anyway, let's just finish our downhill run here with this thing. Trying my best here. Even the sheep aren't impressed. They're just looking away. They don't care. It's going downhill. Just using weight transfer to get this thing sideways. These guys are laughing at me going uphill and me coming down on this thing. But that's okay. They won't be laughing once I come back out again with this thing modified. Because I'll be disconnected, because Forza's gotta kick me off the online servers. That's why, not because of the car. Right, anyway, let's go to the festival. And let's modify this thing. I'm pretty sure visually we're not gonna be able to change anything on this thing. Yeah. Will I? I might do it. I might do it, just because. I'm definitely not gonna put the rear... Okay. Definitely not gonna put a rear wing on it. Now let's go ahead and change our wheels to give it some crazy wheels on this thing. I honestly don't even know what sort of wheels I should put onto this car. Should we go with a set of rotor-forms? I don't know how low we can actually get this car to go though. I'm down to put some rotor-forms on it though. It'd be kind of interesting. Is there anything on this for rotor-form? Yeah, like I said, rotor-form wheels would kind of look a little bit odd on this thing. But if we can lower it a lot, I'm down to put some rotor-forms on it. Something like this. I don't know. Can we absolutely slam this thing to the floor? That's the question. Obviously, we're going to be able to put drift suspension and all that on it, but yeah. Look at how terrible these tires are. So obviously, our stock tire compound is that. It is pretty terrible. What's our width? 205. We got 205s for the front and the rear. I'm down to keep this thing just rear-wheel drive, though. Yeah, not to keep it rear-wheel drive. We'll put drag tires on it. We'll bring our width of the tires as well out a little bit. 235s in the front. We can get some fat tires in the rear, actually, I just realized. So 235s in the front, we'll do 245s on the rear for now. And then our wheels, we'll leave those the way they are. I'm going to make these a little bit bigger. Actually, I kind of don't even want to put drag tires on it, to be honest. I don't know. This is what people do as like a meta for drifting. I don't really want it, to be honest. I want to just... I'll put sports tires on it and I'll see how much power I can throw at this thing. I'll bring our track width for the front and the rear out a lot. Look at the amount of gap between the wheels and the... Oh, wait. Before I do any of that, actually, let's have a look at the engine swaps and all that. Okay, 6.2 V8 Rally engine, 5.2 V12. Now we have a racing V8. What's the 5.2 V12 out of? Is that the Ferrari Enzo? Or is that a 6 litre? I honestly can't remember which car this the 5.2 V12 is from. Cannot remember. 455 horsepower? I don't know. I genuinely don't remember. Ferrari F50 maybe? Couldn't tell you. Anyway, let's put it in. Slap a V12 into this thing. I'll also twin turbo it. You got 516 horsepower out of it. Okay. I'm gonna leave it as a rear wheel drive though, so I'm not gonna change anything there. So I can do all of this stuff here. That's a bit of a voice crack for you guys. Weight reduction, 1,250. What's our balance? 53? 52% if I do this? If I had a cage into it? That's a big old cage actually. Oh my god. That is a big, big cage. Okay. Why not? Let's put a cage into it. I don't usually add cages into my cars. And then obviously now, drift suspension is necessary here. Okay, it gets low. I'm going to check if we can get a little bit lower afterwards in tuning. And we'll see what it's like. But for now, I like the way it looks. I like the black. I like it. I like everything about it at the moment. I like the selection of the wheels. I'll check some of the standard paints that this thing used to come in as well. 500 or 757 horsepower, 753 newton meters of torque. Honestly, not bad. It might have a really, really good sound now as well. 110 grand for a build. Okay. Yeah, it might have like a really, really sick sound. If this is an old V12. 5.2, could it be Aston Martin, actually? The twin turbo Aston Martin engine, I think, is a 5.2 liter, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I genuinely can't remember. It is definitely an engine from a car from this game, 100%. We can't get it to go lower, so this is as low as it goes by those two things. I'm just going to lock the diff. I just wanted to make sure our gears were, you know, usable. So I just brought it so I could see literally all the lines on that graph, and then I'll mess around with those once I go out and I drive it. As for everything else, like I said before, I'm just going to leave most of the stuff the way it is. I'm not going to touch it yet. I'll see what it drives like and then I'll change it afterwards. Visually, I think it looks good now that it's lower. Paint wise, oh, red looks sick. Or silver. This changes pretty much the entire thing. It colors the bumpers. I like the bumpers being black though. Silver looks sick on this. It's got little yellow fog lights as well. Okay, for a Rover, right? Rover is not... I honestly never considered Rover to be a good looking... Like, I don't consider them to make good looking cars. I knew I was going to get disconnected. But for a Rover, it generally doesn't look terrible. I'll tint the windows, why not? And I like the silver wheels. I don't really want to change those to any other color. I feel like it suits this. It's a clean looking build from the outside. I think it looks good. I like this thing. Yeah, I like the yellow fogs as well. Or spotlights, whatever. I like it. I think it suits it. Alright. V12, rear wheel drive. It's definitely spinning those rear wheels. Okay. It definitely doesn't sound like a modern engine. This is an old engine. This is an old engine. I'm trying to think what cars had V12s. Classic cars. Lamborghinis. Could be a Lamborghini engine. Pretty smooth to drive. It's got just a good amount of power as well for the wheels to be able to spin those wheels, and also Gonna be able to push it uphill. It's a very rev happy engine, this. Like, it revs them 9,000 almost. It's not an overly powered car, or overpowered, I should say, not overly powered, that doesn't make sense. It's not an overpowered car either, when it comes to, like, literally overpowered, like, as in having too much power. If it had way too much power, like, you notice it, like, these wheels will just continuously spin and I won't be going anywhere for a while. Which means I would have had to either change it to race tires or change it to drag tires, but drag tires again, like, would be fine on the car now. But instead of just building a normal drift car, I kind of want this to be like a usable car overall. So just putting the upgrade parts on it makes it a pretty sick car. This engine is so loud. I'm gonna say it's a Ferrari F50 engine, without knowing the actual capacity or the displacement of the Ferrari F50. The Ferrari F50's V12. I'm just gonna say it's a Ferrari F50 V12. It's a decent car. Again, I didn't want to add a crazy tune onto it or anything like that, but I would literally just lock this thing in as a drift car. I want this thing to be drivable, like, anywhere. Because yes, I can add a full-on proper drift tune on this. But I don't want to build it like that. I just want to build this thing to be a good car overall. A fun car to drive. That's it. A fun car. Not just a full-on drift car, but just a fun car in general. A car that looks good and it drives good, not only sideways but just normally as well. Maybe race tires would be a good idea for this car if I'm like here trying to get this thing to be a good overall car instead of just a good drift car. That means I need more power, which then means I may need to change to the racing engine. Either the LS or whatever. Is that it? Did we have a racing V8 in this as well? I think that's an option. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember. We did have an LS swap though that we could do. And we know that makes a dumb amount of torque. I can definitely work with the steering angle on this thing. It's good. It's balanced well. It's a nice car to drive. Even the gears aren't too bad. Maybe lengthen the gears just slightly. Maybe a little bit. Just to make third gear just a tiny bit longer. Oh my god. It's a little unstable, but it's fast. I mean, it's unstable when I'm flooring it because of the sports tires, but if you're careful with it, and you put the power down smoothly instead of just flooring it all the time like I was doing, you should be okay. This is quite manageable. If you just plant your foot down, it will stay sideways, and you'll end up crashing into a house. Okay. I'm gonna stop there. Well, there you go. There's the Rover SD1, the not-so-new car added into Forza Horizon 4. I don't think I've ever done a build on this car before when it came out the first time, so, I mean, here it is. Rover SD1. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more videos like this on the channel, of course, subscribe to the channel, comment, like, do whatever it is. you guys would like to do. But that is going to be it from me. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.